Hello, Forest Highlands members. Doug Sutter here with Mr. Howard Newt, who represents our Forest Highlands Foundation. As you all know, we're here to have a great conversation today to allow you all to have a much better understanding of what Howard and his dedicated board members and all those other volunteers do throughout the year in your good name here at Forest Highlands. So Howard has given me some wonderful information on where the actual program has been from the past, and then we're going to also talk about where we see them going in the future. And we'll also strategically talk about why we're standing here right in front of the Canyon Clubhouse, because there's some very exciting news for this area coming soon. So Howard, how long have you been involved in the foundation here now?
I've just rolled into my second term. I've got the second year as chair of the foundation, and I've found it unbelievably rewarding and just a powerful tool for all of the community to get into the Flagstaff community.
And since you've been a part of the foundation, I know there's been some groundbreaking work that has been done. Not only record gives, right? Last year, over $600,000 was given to over almost 60 different organizations, 57 to be exact, correct?
Exactly.
So that's huge, that's groundbreaking. And also you have gone out on your own and become a separate 501c3 organization. So tell us about that, how that all came to be, and now what you can do with that designation.
Well, a few years ago, Ed Lesser, who was on the board at the time, and I sat down and thought there were challenges with the way it was running. So we've gone out and did the research and became our own 501c3, which allows us not only to grant through the normal ACF channel, Arizona Community Foundation, but also allows us to do direct grants, which was part of why last year was such a record-setting event where we did both ACF grants and direct grants to nonprofits in the flag community.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely wonderful that, you know, working with ACF, obviously they have a lot of conversation with you as a foundation. They see, you know, what your mission is, right, to improve the society that we have here and to make sure that we're breaking the trend of poverty, right, that people can get out of that cycle, and that if they do have at-risk situations that they're involved in as well, they can get themselves separated from that. But then for you to be able to work one-on-one with some of these organizations, right, that are the nonprofits and those that are in need in our community of Flagstaff, that's got to make you and the entire board members and then also the subcommittees that you have much more powerful with what they're doing. And they must feel more empowered to do what's better with those particular groups that they have a feeling with and that they have that really good heartfelt message with.
Absolutely. Everywhere we go in the flag community, the Forest Highlands, both community and the foundation is recognized. And it allows us really to build a personal relationship with many, many of these nonprofits with the mission of breaking the cycle of poverty.
And I appreciate you saying that. And as someone who has now lived in the Flagstaff community for almost 5 years, I can't tell you how proud I am to say that I'm a part of Forest Highlands. Not only because of the amazing team that we have and the incredible club that we have, but the Forest Highlands Foundation really goes out of their way, as you know, and so many people know in our membership, goes out of their way to make sure that the Flagstaff community is thriving, and that those that unfortunately don't have that success story right now, they will have it tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Thanks to the gives that you give out in our community.
Right. And it's not our gives. It's the foundation. It's the Forest Highlands community's give. So
absolutely. And, you know, that's a perfect segue to, you know, those historical numbers that have come in the last couple of years. And I was so lucky to be involved in the recent gala that was 2 years ago, which, you know, so many people in that room were just extremely moved by the donations that were given right there in live time as we had the auctioneer up there, you know, doing just the incredible movement that day. I had never felt those emotions at a country club setting because how philanthropic and how much our members care about what the right thing is to do for the community that inspires you to be better and also fulfills your life to be better, as the Flagstaff area does for so many of our members. But let's talk about what's coming forward in 2026 now, and also what your plans are in the near future outside of 26. So why are we standing here today right in front of the Canyon Clubhouse? Is there going to be a facelift here coming soon?
Yep. We're proud to announce the transformation of this walkway in the next couple of weeks into the Forest Highlands Foundation Champions Walk. And it's really a tribute to all the people that have given at our highest level There'll be a plaque, there'll be some signage. And really what we want you to do is anytime you're walking in the Canyon Clubhouse, you walk up this walkway, think about what a great community is and how philanthropic everybody here, and maybe take it as a 30 seconds of serenity and realize how grateful and gifted we all are to be in this location and giving back to the community we love. So that's first and foremost.
Great. Very nice.
And now that we've talked about the Champions Club, hopefully everybody's seen this year's invitation. Like Doug said, he was talking about the gala. One of the things we talk about a lot at the foundation is not inundating you with emails and asks all the time. So that invitation that comes is our annual ask. It's our primary giving without a gala. Mm-hmm. So if you see it in your heart, give to the highest level. But if that's not something you can do at this time, it's great. No worries. Give it whatever level is comfortable to you. And we're not going to have a lot of asks and going to flood your inbox and emails with, hey, give another $50 this month or where we're at. So think of that Champions Club as your way you can give back this year, our 27th year in 2026.
That's very exciting. I love that, you know, the numbers that you were able to, with the support of our membership, obviously give out last year.
Yep.
I would imagine that the goal is to stay pretty consistent with that moving forward. So those organizations, those 57 organizations that we supported last year, that they can continue to look at Forest Highlands Foundation as something that they can count on year over year.
They already are. I mean, we can see that. There's been some federal cuts, been some cuts at the state level. So we are really integral to the funding of nonprofits in Flagstaff. And in a lot of regards, we end up being some of the largest funders to some of these nonprofits. So it's important.
That's incredible.
Yep.
I mean, our community gives so much happiness to the members here, and for you, the members, to be able to pay it forward with the foundation's support and obviously improving our community outside of the gates here at Forest Highlands. As once again, a Flagstaff community member, I can't be thankful enough in that regard and the mission that you have.
Thank you.
So tell us, what else is coming on in the 2026 year and for the years ahead?
So we'd just love to make you aware of a couple other things happening, all of them in pretty short order. So on June 20th, we're going to have our second pickleball social, which we branded as Paddles, Pastries, and Purpose.
Love that.
Where it's free. Members come out 10:30 on Saturday the 20th over at the pickleball courts, meet, mingle, play some pickleball, and meet some of the leaders of our nonprofits. We're inviting quite a few of them in to meet the members. So free event, no ask, come by, enjoy a quick pickleball event and have a pastry.
I mean, who doesn't like pickleball nowadays, right?
We're trying.
I love that. You're going to find a lot of happy members there.
Right. And the second event we want to promote is our Forest Highlands Foundation Pro-Am in loving memory of Denise Martinez. That'll be August 10th. And realize that that doesn't just support the foundation, it also supports some of our unheralded PGA professionals. Mm-hmm. They get to play for a little pot of money. Anything left over goes into the foundation. Mm-hmm. And I think we're down to only 5 teams left. So if you're thinking about jumping in on that, now'd be the hour, because we're going to run out of slots and fill it. If you don't play golf, feel free to jump online and just do one of the sponsorship package at any level you're comfortable with.
Well, thank you for that. I know that Pro-Am experience in loving memory of Denise Martinez was something that hit so many hearts last year.
Yep.
I got to participate in it for the first time last year, and it was very emotional having Denise's sister and family get up there and talk about her and her mission in life. Obviously, she left an extremely lasting legacy here at Forest Highlands and went on to some other clubs after that. What a tragedy. But for the foundation to keep her memory in such high regard here, and we have, you know, the memorial bridge down here on Canyon, you know, so it's an event that all of us can get behind, and to bring in some of your golf professionals that you get to work with when you're not here, when our golf course isn't open. It's a wonderful way for you to be proud and to show off the club to the golf world as well.
Yep.
So in every angle that you look at that event, it's all positive.
Couldn't agree more. And I'll wrap up my segment here by just saying the last thing we'd like to do is we're going to have quite a few members timing off the board this year at the end of 2026. So if any of you are thinking about a really positive way to give back to both this community and the greater Flagstaff community at large, reach out to me or one of your board member friends. We'll sit down, have coffee and lunch, and talk about joining the 2027 Forest Highlands Foundation board. So all we can say is grateful for all your support and everything that you've allowed us to do in the greater community.
Well,
Thanks,
Howard,
Doug.
thank you so much for all you do for the
Pleasure.
foundation. And I always love seeing you and your friends and family here at the club. We will continue to serve you and your peers in the foundation so you can do the best you can for our community.
We couldn't do it without you.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank
And
you.
thank you so much for finding a space in your hearts, and whatever you can give this year to the foundation, we'll pay it forward with our community and just keep the love that we have in the Forest Highlands culture that has been paved now that we're 39 years in, growing fonder each and every year. So we'll look forward to seeing you around more this summer. Howard, thank you again for all you do.
Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it.